What's up, guys? It's Tom, back for another update. Finally getting to my hip-hop stuff, so kind of whittled down my jazz records and finally getting to the hip-hop stack. So without further ado, let's just get into it, I guess. First up, I got Nick Wiz, Southern Sounds Volume 5. If you don't know who Nick Wiz is, he's a producer from Jersey, really dope producer. One of those guys that everything he touches is good. Really can't go wrong with him. This is basically like, I guess, unreleased and lost or to get tracks on from different artists. So you got people like Shadows in the Dark, Ran Reed. I know he does a lot of work with Ran Reed. Let's see who else is on here. DV the Alias Christ, Shabam Sadiq, yeah, Pudgy the Fat Bastard. So people like that label. It came out on Debonair P's label, so check out him as well. A really dope producer. Comes on, well, there were 300 copies. I guess the first 100 were on colored. First time they did color for these releases. Red and green, I think, or red and blue. I think it was supposed to be blue, but I think it came out looking more green. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's looking on the camera, but it looks more green to my eye. But still, really dope. Doesn't matter. Get the black, colored or not colored. Either way, the material is amazing. Always worth checking out any of Nick Wiz's stuff, because they'll be so dope. So I would definitely recommend it. I'm pretty sure they still have the black copies in stock, but I'm pretty sure the color might have been all sold out by now. This does come just a plain sleeve with a sticker you can stick on yourself, so I will probably do that later on. But yeah, if you don't know, once again, Cellar Selection Series, Cellar Sound Series. I believe the Cellar Sounds were just CDs, and the Cellar Selections were all vinyl. Certain tracks picked out for the, for that particular release. So, let's move on. Next up, we got a couple Connecticut hip-hop records. Divine. This is The Mother in You, Prayer for the Dying, Put Me On. Yeah, on Newborn Records from 1996, I believe. I think this is the dude's second 12-inch. He only had two, as far as I know. Yeah, sticker cover. Really dope, just good Connecticut hip-hop. Of course, I'll try to leave some samples if I can. Definitely trying to find the dude's first record. That one's a bit more pricey, so Divine. After that, we have someone I've talked about a little bit in the past, ACSmooth, producer. His first solo 12-inch, I believe, here's his name, from 97. So you got tracks on here, Things Ain't Easy Part 2, featuring Binky B and Zulu, the Dirty Hood of FDC. FDC is a dope group. I've talked about them before as well. Another Connecticut group. And then, well, let's see. KY is also featured on here. I don't know if it's KY or Kai. Yeah, same stuff, just instrumental on the B side and an edit, the same feature, so. Haven't listened to this yet, although I have heard the tracks a long time ago. I haven't listened to them recently, so I'll definitely have to put that on again soon. But I know ACSmooth, he's always dope. Work with Lonnie B, obviously, so that's usually when I know his work from the best. Alright, next up, moving on to the West Coast, some West Coast hip-hop. We got a group called the Animal Farm. This is the Brink EP from 1998. It's basically some good conscious hip-hop from the West Coast on the Good Vibes Recordings label. Guy in this group, Panda One, actually started the Good Vibes recording label, which put out some really nice releases. I know they put out Slum Village Volume 2 and just a host of other shit. Bahamadia, BB Queen, I believe they put out on that label. Yeah, but I believe this is either their second or third release, maybe their third one, because the first one's in 96 and then a single. Yeah, so. But yeah, the Brink EP, Animal Farm, produced by Panda, or Panda One, who's in a different group now, and There's another producer on here, but Can't remember off the top of my head. He's also in the group as well. 3 members. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember who the rest of the members are in the group, but there's the label, pretty plain label. And the Good Vibes Recordings is pure and trendy hip hop. I'm sure you know that label, pretty iconic. Or the Good Vibes Recording, you know, how their name looks. It's got a really distinct lettering to their name, really stylized. But really awesome cover art too, if you guys didn't get, almost dropped the fucking record. Really distinct cover art, pretty cool looking. Looks like it's painting. Dope butterfly, microphone, sun, tap. Sounds pretty. Okay, so the other guy in the group was Static, and I know there's one more too. Maybe it is Tap. Maybe it was Tap. Static, Tap, and yeah, and Panda. Pretty sure. I could be wrong though. Sorry if I am. Can't know everything, unfortunately. I wish I could, but next up we got back to the East Coast, I guess, for DMX. This is DMX's first record ever released. I guess released by himself. Solo released from 1992, I believe this is. DMX, The Born Loser, and on the B-side, Catching the Same Hell, which is the better track in my opinion. Definitely the B-side. This was released a year after, I guess, but the B-side was left off for whatever reason. This is more like a budget copy. It's really messed up, lots of scratches and stuff, so hopefully I'll find another copy better, but I'm not a huge fan of DMX, kind of like after this. I wasn't really with the Rough Riders movement. This actually came out on Rough Riders Records, so Rough Riders was around back all the way, you know, at least Rough Riders as a label were around back in 1992, early 90s, so it's kind of crazy to think of, you know, how long he's actually been around. But definitely check this out, check out some clips online. His voice sounds, you kind of tell it's DMX in some points, but in some points he sounds nothing like he does now, you know, or what he's famous for, that famous voice that he has. So, pretty crazy. DMX's first release, 1992. Yeah, it's come a long way. And it's actually got a DMX fan club address on here. Yonkers, New York, so. Crazy. Alright, moving on, we have a record from one of the members of the Dysfunctional family, which I would recommend all their material. This is Brain Dead, also known as Solar Power. Soldier Story and Homicide are the tracks on here. Really dope, just really great hip hop. I guess kind of more, not so much conscious, but more like kind of hardcore hip hop. I would say if you want to describe it, you know, hardcore, boom bap, whatever. Just good 90s, solid 90s stuff. I think this came out in 98, I want to say. Yeah, there's no year on here, so. But I know it came out sometime in the 90s. Definitely worth checking out. Anything from the Dysfunctional family. Or it's not, it's D-A, Dysfunctional family, I guess is how they spell their name. But yeah, Solar Power, or Brain Dead, aka Solar Power, or Soldier Story. Both the tracks on there are good. I'm pretty sure I showed a copy of this one before, but I found another copy, so. Baltimore hip hop, Bosch, Jezebel, backed with Rising Suns. This guy is affiliated with Constant Deviance. That's what people might know him from, 626 Records, that whole camp. This was released on Launchpad Records. Yeah, definitely dope tracks. So both the tracks on here are good. Once again, Bosch, Jezebel. I think I've showed this before, I'm pretty sure. But definitely worth checking out. Alright, and then after that we have some more New York hip hop. This is a split 12-inch between Deep Trance and Street Relics. Deep Trance on the A side tracks are It's Only Getting Worse and Handle Your Biz. B side is Life Becomes and Combine for War. Just a dope ass track. Combine for War might be my favorite on here. All great stuff though. Yeah, Queens hip hop. Like I said, really, really good. unfortunately, I think this is the only thing that these guys did. So, yeah, it's unfortunate because they were great. They were really, really good. So I would have loved to see more stuff, you know, come out from these guys. But maybe there's some unreleased float material somewhere, floating around somewhere out there. You never know. These days, a bunch of unreleased stuff's been coming out. So definitely some great stuff. I'll leave a link so you can check out some tracks if you're unfamiliar with this. Deep Trans and Street Relics split 12-inch. Alright, I'll probably stop here just because I don't want the videos to be too long. My last couple of videos have been like 20 minutes, so I'm trying to cut it down, so hopefully this isn't too bad. Yeah, I'll be back soon, maybe next week or next couple of weeks with another piece of my hip-hop update. Got some CDs to show and some more records. Alright guys, take care. Later.